What did that Sally Field say? They like me. They really like me.
This is Sizzling, powered by Fit to Be Trained, with your host, Sizzle, Karen Dougherty.
You got right down to
Yeah,
business.
that was a fast one.
I was over here messing around on my
I was
phone,
laughing
thinking
about you, and I lost track of everything.
thinking I had a hot second to like
I was thinking about Ed. It is,
Ed. I
and
love
he's
Ed.
listening right now, Ed.
I love Ed. Okay. Ed was at the CrossFit Open today.
Karen, the CrossFit Games. I just call it the
boy.
CrossFit
I know. I like that you call it the
Games
CrossFit
because it is.
Games.
That's what it is at the end of the day.
But
You're playing. Well, if you're signed up, that is. I don't think you're signed up, are you?
No, I'm not. But you almost motivated me to do it because you did call it games, and you're right. It's like when I was younger, I would take it too
you
serious.
it, but then they're like, "Well, this is a fake contestant; she's disqualified." But
Well,
do it anyway.
Now I can't do the stuff. That's why I need you to hear how I did this workout. So
yes,
I'm on my phone, not because I'm over here texting, because I'm looking up the workout right now. I want you to know what it was.
I saw it yesterday.
Oh, you did? You saw it? Okay.
Well, it's just wall balls and box jumps, right?
But listen to it. 20 wall ball shots, 18 jump overs, box jump overs, 30 wall ball shots, 18 jump overs, 40 wall ball shots, 18 medicine ball box step overs. And I've got to say, that was a welcomed break when you got to step over and didn't have to jump anymore. 66 wall ball shots. We all were kind of laughing prior because we're like, how are you going to get past that? Like, that's a mountain.
Some people you got to go straight through. You can't stop.
That's a mountain. So I made it. I won't drag it on. I made it to 61 when time was called.
So that's pretty good.
So time cap 12 minutes.
Right.
So for the listeners, so you get to 66 wall box, then you go 18 medicine balls box step overs, 40 wall ball, 18 box jump overs, 30 wall ball shots. You know what I mean? Like you go backwards, you go down the ladder and then back up, 18 box jump up overs and then 20 wall ball shots, and then you're done. But nobody really is going to make it that far because that mountain of 66. I was like wiping my eyes going, is that for, like, am I reading that right? Because I saw it before I went to CrossFit this morning. I thought, God, I'm not even going. But I really wanted to see my friends. I needed to get out of the house because I was up early anyway. I was like, I'm just going to do it. And it was kind of fun. And let me tell you why, because I used a 4-pound wall ball. It was this big. It was the size of a basketball. I think it's for one of the kids.
Oh, they actually have one of those.
It was so fantastic. On Saturday, I went and I did 8 pounds, which is the lightest wall ball in CrossFit. And I want people to know that I'm not embarrassed that I did the 4-pounder. I'm 59 and a half. And even though we do harder stuff in there, I need people to know that you don't have to do it. You're not going to get in trouble. Nobody's going to yell at you or shame you. In fact, the coach was kind of loved it. He goes, says, are you using that ball? And I go, damn right I am. I'm 60 years old this year. Damn right I am. And he cracked up as just like you. And he was like, all right. And he's younger, but I mean, I think he understood.
Who was the coach?
His name is Peter. He's wonderful. He's a wonderful dude. I don't know his last name, but he's fairly new.
Oh, okay.
British. I believe it's a British accent.
Oh, nice.
But so I wanted to talk about that because I really didn't have a big subject. The last couple of weeks we did discipline, procrastination, perfectionism, and they all kind of run together. And I thought, I don't know what to work on this week, and I kind of wanted to do something lighter. But I'll be honest, my personal life has been like, like my son had a surgery, so I'm caregiver, business owner, fitness trainer, admin work, like it's just podcaster. So now it just was, this week was tough because it was a transition. And so I thought, well, what I'll talk about is kind of that, because life does that. And I'm not feeling sorry for myself because I'm so glad I'm here for my kid. I get to do it. Like, what if I lived out of state, or that I have the job that I have, that I can actually be present in the home, or what if I had a corporate America one, so I'm very, very grateful. But just eating wise, sleeping, drinking enough water, training. But I'm proud to say I went back to CrossFit last Thursday, and then I went Saturday, and then I went Monday, and then I went Thursday again today.
Oh, nice.
I know, because I really needed it, because I love that. Because of the stress. It's really a great stress reliever to do what? Work out. And like, I was literally like, had restless legs one night, laying in bed. I was like, God, so if I don't get enough exercise, I don't sleep well. And just, I don't even have to go down that rabbit hole. People know that if you exercise, you're going to sleep better because you'll be more tired. So if stress sneaks into your life, all those positive things will happen from the exercise. The thing that I'm falling down on, though, is eating enough. So I'm trying to make up for that in protein shakes, which I'm always like, man, am I like drinking plastic? Like, is this even real?
Right.
Like, I get so nervous, because I'm so healthy, and I'm I've eaten pretty good most of my life, but I'll be so mad if I drank a bunch of protein drinks later in life because I was, and it's like, I'm just so afraid of the food now. I got to admit, like, what's in it? Because, there's so much illness in the world. So that's the thing I don't agree about my lifestyle right now, is I'm trying to get more whole food in. And now that Ian's home from the hospital, he was gone for a week. So that's when it really went crazy. There's more, obviously he's home, so the food is healthy again. It's just, I'm not hungry. So I won't bore y'all with that, but I'm just saying that when life gets tough, that kind of stuff happens, it's just kind of inevitable. But to be in some sort of regiment with fitness, sleep, I literally set things in, there's apps for it where you track your water, food, sleep. And I would always add fitness in, like when I was taking care of my dad before he passed. That was a rough, you're busy, it's a rough time. And I literally set timers for that kind of stuff to make sure, because I would have to drive too on top of it. So yeah, you got to live like a soldier sometimes in life now, like really, like really
have your MREs ready.
Yeah, like really ready. Like, make sure you get your electrolytes. And that, for me, because money's tight, is Himalayan sea salt. Did you know that?
Yeah. I know what's up with that.
Did you know that? Yeah. Like, I like those liquid IVs. They're nice, and I actually have them right now, but sometimes I don't. And Himalayan sea salt's really good for, and then here's me. I'm like, wonder if it's real Himalayan sea salt. It's so funny. I don't mean to be such a doubting Thomas, but I kind of skipped over some stuff because I got off of the CrossFit stuff, and we talked about like the funny stuff about the workout. It's long, but you can make modification. But I definitely wanted to mention how it definitely brings people together, and in a way nothing else does. I mean, I can't say how much positive comes from, to me personally, would be, I'd pick the CrossFit gym. I'm saying any gym, because when I was in the bodybuilding gym for a short moment, they're just as tight knit as we are. And, so it depends wherever you go, I just love the community, but the open definitely
brings out
it
brings out the most.
It really does. And I couldn't help but to think, like, I was joking around.
Everyone's cheering each other on. There's no negativity.
Yeah, it's really a positive thing. And And again, notice how my attendance went up, because in my personal life things are tough. They're not bad. I mean, I
Right.
love my kid. I'm so glad he's home. But
Sorry if it sounds like I'm laughing at myself. I'm laughing at myself doing that workout in my head right now, because
you would
it
have to
wouldn't be
do
pretty.
step ups.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right. And
Barely
it's definitely,
stepping up.
there's going to be tons of people that are
Right.
going to be doing
Oh
modifications.
yeah, of
The
course.
crew I'm with in the morning at 6 a.m. is a pretty athletic crew, and they do try to do things. Yeah, they're good. And then what's cool about that is, hey, I mentioned that and I still don't get judged. Nobody says anything to me. I mean, if they do, it's something funny, like I remember getting accused of sandbagging even when I was young down at North End CrossFit.
Right.
And that was like 10, 11 years ago. I've always kind of been like
I mean,
that.
of course I'm sandbagging.
But now that I'm
you don't need to
old,
tell me that.
now I laugh. I'm like, I'm not even going to explain myself anymore. It's kind of just wonderful taking the benefits of.
Well, so I mean, here's the thing too. Like, I get it. There's parts of the workouts you need to kind of go, excuse my language, balls to the wall, as they say.
Yeah, for sure.
There have been definitely times where I've gone balls to the wall, let's just say, and just if you're not concentrating on form, or like you cannot lose track of your form and how you're moving and in a safe way, because once you slip up a little bit, then that's when you're going to hurt yourself.
Right.
And I've definitely have tried to rushing over the box. I've tripped on everyone's tripped on the box one time, right?
I have,
right,
for sure.
So going as fast as you can, I definitely tripped over the top of the box a little bit.
Yeah.
And I went over the box.
And it hurts.
And I landed on my thumb, and my thumb went back 90 degrees exactly the wrong way. And that ruined my lifting experience for about 3-4 months. I couldn't do a bunch of stuff.
I actually remember that. A lot of the reason why I do go to CrossFit is for the
back or whatever. So you got to be careful when you're doing this stuff too.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not a proponent of people criticizing effort, let's just say.
I don't think anybody does. That's what I mean. The open is so fun. And I actually had to think about our previous guests this morning when I even said this to a couple people. I was like, God, I interview master athletes and I'm so embarrassed. I'm standing here with a 4-pound wall ball and I'm not even ashamed. And I couldn't help but to think of those two girls and thinking, wow, they're going to do balls to the wall, like you said, and do it well. They've trained for this kind of stuff. That is their goal. So that's going to be really fun to catch up with them as we progress.
I'll say the opposite side of the coin too, Karen. I mean, there's been times I've surprised myself in the things I've been able to do. And all the
time I do
CrossFit Open as well. So
I've
come out of there extremely proud a lot of times. And I used to have the locker room celebration where after the Open, I'd go straight here and pop open a beer and start doing shots and celebrating that the workout was over.
Do you miss the good old days?
You know what? I haven't had a drink in weeks now.
Really?
How about that? Yeah.
Wow. How about that? Right on.
And before that, it's really, I can count the number of times since the summertime, probably. So I've been pretty good as far as alcohol intake goes.
Wow, good for you. That's fantastic. I mean, good job. I love drinking. I just can't do it. I haven't done it in a long time.
Honestly, you bring up poison food. I think there's poison alcohol now. It's just not the same. There's something different about it.
Well, it's us too. You got to remember. People, my friends keep forgetting we're aging.
Well, I think we blame it on us too.
Oh, but I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I think there's something else to that as well. I think there's the conspiracy of mind. I think there's something, I don't know, that's the secret little ingredient that gets trickled in somewhere along the way from some elitist, I don't know, population control authority.
I have because of the news, and my son likes to listen to all these cool podcasts with Navy stuff and military, and then there's a lot of weird stuff going around, going on in the country. And I like the Epstein files and all that crazy stuff. And I don't want to get into that. So I'm just going to say that right now because I want a cheerful podcast, but just kind of weird stuff, and it's just kind of a negative and any way that, yeah. So I get real nervous about everything. Like you said, like is there something in the alcohol and me with the food? And
well, I'll say that it's funny you kind of say that.
Kind of,
so I mark it on my on our YouTube page in a program I call it Inquisition Unknown ? Where I basically question. There's 3 episodes on the YouTube page. Go back and listen to yourself.
About what?
Yourself. Let's see. So I had on George Norrie, who's the host of Coast to Coast AM, which is the old Art Bell Coast to Coast. Overnight, which is the show about aliens, ghosts, all that stuff.
Well, cool.
Well, if you're a radio listener back in the day, it's very famous, and you know exactly who I'm talking about. They'd have full lines every night of people's stories and craziness that they've seen. So they're all over YouTube.
That's cool.
So I had George Norrie on, very famous. Yep. I had on Eric Miller. He's an architect, and we discussed how the Egyptian pyramids could have been constructed with the weight of the stones. And basically, from a archaeological and human standpoint at that time, there's really no possible way that could have been done, regardless of what anyone thinks.
That's one of my favorite subjects. It truly is. It is so interesting, and because there's so many different realms to that. And I like that he was an architect, and what his take is on that.
And the other one is some guy from MUFON, which is the mutual. It's the UFO investigating entity where they go out and investigate people's claims. And they have MUFON representatives all across the country.
Of course.
So they had a movie about disclosure. It was before the age of disclosure, but he's the producer, so he came on as well. But you start opening your box on some of these things. You start talking about them. You never know who might come visit you. And now I start asking you some questions or tell you to shut your mouth on the airwaves, So, I got to approach that one with caution a little bit. I don't want to be walking down the street and getting thrown into the back of a van.
You kind of lost me because you're going down it. I kind of don't, and I don't know those kind of things.
So I've been advertising season 2 to start, and I haven't started because I don't want to deal with authority that may think the program's controversial.
Darn, I wish I didn't say anything about
as long as you're quiet, that's what they want.
I gotta take
they won't mess with you.
A hard left turn because I'm kind of embarrassed what I was going to talk about next. I was going to talk about, remember VHS and Gary Mule Deer, the comedian from Hee Haw, and go off into
a completely different. Yes.
It's okay.
It's okay.
That's us. That's us. But I do have to turn the car like just a little bit.
But it sounds like a fascinating program, right? So if you're out there, season 2, sometime maybe happening
and find it on Deep End Broadcasting.
Yes,
is that what you're saying?
Yes,
perfect. Yes. I would like to hear the one about the pyramids because I'm into that. That's one of my favorite subjects is how, where, when, and there's so many different people with so many different theories. That is a fun one.
Give me a way you think they were built, and I'll shoot that. I'll tell you exactly why it wasn't built that way.
Well, I'm going to move back into our time. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going into the 90s because it seems like March. I love going online and finding different fitness. I don't want to say influencers because that makes me think of the younger generation more. They're influencers for my age group, or maybe I want to say they're more like a nostalgia kind of thing. I follow a lot of that. I follow a lot of animals. I've been following a lot of dogs lately. It's kind of hilarious. And also I like to go back and see what my icons are doing. Do they have a page? Are they around? If they are around, because back in the 90s, 80s, late 80s and 90s, there was so many VHS videotapes. That's how all the fitness girls got in shape. If you went to the gym, but a lot of those gym girls would make videotapes, and you'd go as myself and go buy them. You'd buy them at like Target, Walmart, and internet had come out. You could get them online. But this is way back. And so most of the time you're going to buy them at the store, or you could rent them at the library. And it was like Tammy Lee Webb. She did the Buns of Steel. Do you remember Buns of Steel?
Oh yeah. Yes.
So yeah, because I was wondering, like, even the guys might know like some of these names because their girlfriends would be doing it, or their friend's sister or mom. Because Jane Fonda obviously started the whole VHS. And for those younger people, VHS is like a video machine, and you'd have to rewind it. But anyway,
it's funny you have to even
I know it's kind of cool that
God.
actually, because we do have younger people, but I think most of the young people know what that is because of us.
They know what a VCR is, I believe,
because of us. Well, VHS. I should be saying VCR tape. That's probably more understandable than VHS.
Well, there was the beta tape too.
God, that was a short minute. I know. I didn't have that though. I didn't.
We got stuck with the beta, and you had a lot less until we got a VHS. But when you had the beta, you had far less options.
Oh,
because beta came out.
Yes, they came out later,
right after VHS as a smaller tape.
Right,
but it never took off like the bigger VHS tape for some reason. And you think about technology nowadays, the smaller the better, almost in a way. I don't know. I'm kind of like the big computer screens we have, rather than trying to play on my phone.
Those little things they make us carry around. At least I got a purse.
The laptop went to a tablet.
Right. But everything has been kind of nostalgic lately for me too. Like I was watching a documentary. Gary Muledeer is an old comedian. He's from Spearfish, South Dakota, is really why I honed in on it. And I watched his documentary and the Bruce Springsteen documentary last weekend. But Gary Muledeer was a comedian. He's still working. He's like in his 80s, and he was like on Hee Haw and all these kinds of different variety shows way back when. And it just brings back memories. And then right before we got on air, you were talking about, you were like, you got to remember that. What was it called? Dance Party from...
Dance Party was a USA? Yeah, because it was on the USA Network.
And then there was one from
After Schools,
an American Bandstand too. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was like a similar type of show. I think that was like a Saturday morning show, if I remember.
American Bandstand.
That would come on after the cartoons.
I used to watch Soul Train too. I was in Jersey, so we
same thing. That would kind of come on late in the morning.
I loved Soul Train, all those kind of things. I like music. So, and I like all kinds of music. So I did get to fit in on a lot, but
I like Soul Train too.
I know that was good.
There's some Soul Train hotties on that show.
Do you know who the Slee Stack are? Do you remember the Slee Stack?
Yeah, they're the Slee Stack were the dinosaur men on the
yes,
Land of the Lost.
That was kind of a crappy show, but the Slee Stack, somebody posted one of them the other day, and I cracked up laughing because I was terrified of them. And when you see them,
yes,
now
they were
crack
creepy. They were creepy.
up because they're just little rubber. But yeah. So I've been all in this nostalgia stuff. So I lucked out. You always hear me talk about retro fitness babes through the episodes. So I'm trying to get them on, and I've gone back and found some of my icons, and I'm trying to get this one on. And I don't like saying that I'm getting them on until they book with me. So because I don't want to. What am I trying to say? I don't want to wreck it or whatever, jinx it. But I really think we've got a good March coming. So I have to get back on getting us some guests. And I think March, I got us covered. And I'm going to keep going with April and keep moving along with, I am in the nostalgia thing. So we're going to get a little bit of that going. CrossFit will be exciting once the open will end and we get to catch up with and I'd like to get some masters. I'm going to watch it too and see if I can get in touch with some of the other masters that Marcia and Tammy are competing with and all that good kind of stuff. So I'm so glad you knew what VHS worked out. So because that was like shaped, literally, it's a funny word, shaped our generation. It really did in its own right. That's where I got my good fitness for a long, long time. And it keeps you out of the gym in case I used to be a little nervous of the gym, so I would do stuff at home. And with that, and I also, like, before we wrap it up, I do want to talk about how fitness is supposed to be fun. So it does kind of go wrap back into that when we were talking about the open and talking about how you can modify anything and make it enjoyable. So don't ever be intimidated to go to some of these gyms that sound, Orange Theory is probably, they're on the cardio side. We're CrossFit, and never shy away from these places, because I'm sure everybody is happy to see anybody walk in the door and will modify any workout for you. Oh, I know. I wanted to get a Zumba instructor in here, because do you know what Zumba is?
Yeah, yes, I do. Yeah.
I do. I'm not very good at it, and I don't try to do it. And
I mean, it's basically aerobics, but
Latino style.
The balls of the wall aerobics, maybe.
It's really fun.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's very Latino style, and I could be wrong. I don't want to say that ahead of time, because I'm going to bring a Zoom.
It's kind of right.
I've been kind of chasing this gal, and I love going online and like following other women, new ones too. Like, I think of the girls that we had last year. Some of them I had just met this year. It wasn't like the icons from back in the 90s, but I admit I am kind of going back, because as I age, like, I heard myself say the other day, God, I hope I get to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger before I die, or before he dies. He's ahead of me. Every time I go to California, I sneak down Gold's Gym, but the last time I was there, he was on the Jimmy Kimmel show, because he always goes to the gym every time he's in town. He's just like the rest of us that are gym rats and go to the gym. That's just what you do. And somebody had even said that to him in an interview. Why do you still go to the gym? And he's like, because that's all I know. It's kind of me too, it's all I know. Of course you got to work out. I can't live my life without it. What I'm excited about for the rest of the open, we covered it. We covered everything. I do want to mention, I don't recommend the protein only diet that I was admitting that I didn't mean protein only, protein shake only. Make sure you're getting your food in, and whole food is where it's at. But I actually think something is better than nothing. So that's why
I'm telling
sometimes you gotta
yogurt and the berries is very underrated.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that, because I do Greek yogurt. I get those tubs of non-fat Greek yogurt. Like, they're pretty big.
Yeah, that's what I need. Where do you get it at?
I go to Food Lion. I shop Food Lion, and for those of you that aren't from around here, that's like I don't want to say lower priced grocery store, but a more affordable grocery store. But all the food is good, and the brand, it has all the name brands. But I have the MVP card. You have to get the MVP card, Steve. I don't know if single guys know to do that kind of stuff. You have to, because you save so much money. But anyway, I take that tub, not the little things. I'm talking the tub. We go through one a week.
Yeah, I don't want the little pack.
Yeah,
I want to fill a big,
and it tastes like sour cream.
Big bowl.
I get plain, non-fat, because it tastes like sour cream. And we do a lot of like burritos. I'll do like turkey with the taco seasoning,
right?
Lower sodium. I get the lower sodium one, and wraps, and I put avocado, and I put Greek yogurt in there. And he has no idea that it's not sour cream, and actually he does know. because I taught them that, but it tastes exactly the same. And it's got like 20 grams of protein. Greek yogurt is such a great jump. So that too has what I've been eating. I'm so glad you said that, because I was really down on myself thinking, oh my God, everything I've eaten is fake. And when I'm cooking for Ian, I am eating like and tasting, but I guess because of stress right now, I just get full fast. And yeah, I'm just not eating enough. I thought about turning my MyFitnessPal on and tracking my food, because people think eating less is good. No, it's not. You got to eat. In fact, most women, when they come to me for fitness training, when I start tracking their food, none of them are eating enough. And what happens, your body retains fat because it's protecting itself, because you're starving it. It's really that simple. So the best way to lose weight is to eat often and eat little bits often, or 3 meals a day, or I eat 3 meals a day and
You
try
really
and
should be
have
trying to do like
shakes.
4 a day. Is really
Yeah,
what you
I
should be
do
trying to
5 if you make shakes, because I have to get shakes in twice in
Yes.
order to get my protein in. Because my meals are usually about 25 a piece. But if I get that Greek yogurt in, that pops you up a good one. That's why I love the Greek yogurt, because that's 20 grams. You don't even have to eat a lot. So that's what I do when I'm in a rush. And you know what? I buy these ginger cubes. Like, have you ever had ginger with sugar on it?
I mean, I'm sure I have. Yeah.
It's so good,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's really good for your gut.
Oh, interesting.
And not the sugar part, but
The ginger part.
yeah, but whatever. It's just a little bit of sugar. And you're only going to eat like 4 or 5 of these ginger cubes. And
Where do you
I
get those
put
at?
them
Food
in,
Line as well?
yeah, Food Line. And actually, you go in the international aisle for that one,
Oh, okay.
and go to the spices in the international aisle.
Oh.
And because there's spices in the regular aisle, and I do a lot of the international aisle, and they're not cheap. But like I said, you only eat like 5 of them. They're almost like little natural vitamins. And I put them in the Greek yogurt when I've got a sugar craving, and it helps. It satisfies me. But I have to admit, I also have these teeny weeny Blue Bunny ice cream cones. They're so good. They're really teeny and cute, but they're like, so I'm not perfect. And I do manage to get them in. That's the thing. Have you ever noticed when you're stressed, you will eat, at least me, I shouldn't say you, all of us, me, I personally eat junk food. I want to eat something that tastes really good. So, like an exaggerated version of something really salty or really sweet. I think stress does that to us. Something with the hormones will make you kind of crave. I'm not a genius here. I'm thinking that's kind of happens
Oh,
in
yeah,
the body.
yeah, yeah.
They call it, what do they call it?
Well, it's the
Stress
same as like
eating.
being hungover and stuff like that. Your body's
Right. So,
feeling the brunt. Yeah, stress will make you want to.
yeah, and eat. But what I'm saying is eat crap. Either not
Yeah.
eat or eat crap. That's my problem. But I always have to focus on the Greek yogurt. And now that Ian's back, like I said, now that my son is back, I don't usually talk about it so much with him, because it's like kind of personal and that's his business. But his leg is messed up. That's why you'll hear that I'm cooking and doing all that stuff for him, because he can't really get around. So it forces me to cook these good meals, help out, because he's healing, and therefore I'm eating kind of a little bit, not as much, because I'm kind of on the go. But I've got to start getting back, because and let's face it, people, I think there's only like 18 days left till spring. 20.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah, it's March 1st. When is first day of spring? It's pretty soon, because I was watching one of my friends. I haven't been on Facebook as much as I want to be. I'm hoping to get back on social media a little more. I mean, other than, me going on for work and stuff, but she was posting, I saw her post, 32 more days till spring. And I was like, oh, wow, that's not very long. And then as I kept scrolling, it said 26 more days to spring. And then I realized the other one was a couple days ago, and I was like, wow, it really is coming. So it's in March. We're in Lent.
Yeah, I know. March Madness basketball. I get you.
Mhm.
There's 2 days left of February, including today.
I know. Can you believe it? Time is going so fast.
February goes by fast. January
it
went by
does.
pretty slow, I thought. Just because the weather has been raining and cold
Oh my gosh.
nonstop for
It
2
was
months.
cold for Virginia. I'm sure I mentioned on the podcast, I had to move my gym inside my living room.
There's not a swimming pool that doesn't have a problem right now with it.
Oh, really? Yeah, I bet everything is. Well, most people drain them, right?
Yeah, so the ones that don't have problems need to be drained of the excess rain that will not stop falling at this point.
I got you.
I need to make the rounds sooner than later.
I get you. Yeah. So it was so cold. That's why I was out of the gym for a month. But I do notice personally in January, I do kind of dip out every year. It doesn't really, because this was record cold.
Mm-hmm.
We don't usually have this. I think I tend to January. Well,
this is pollen season. You can kind of hear it in my voice already. And I've been feeling it in my eyes a little bit.
Me too. You're right.
If you have a little bit of extra crustiness in your eyes, that is all pollen, people. I'll tell you that right now.
It is coming. That's the beauty of Virginia Beach. All our flowers, we have to pay for it with all that pollen. But you're right. It got warm. It's 50 degrees. But now I'm just starting to babble and have a good time just talking on a Friday afternoon. But I'll let everybody get back to their lives. It's 42 degrees here in Virginia. Get back to your lives, have the perfect weekend, relax or not. Is there anything going on this weekend, Steve?
No, not that I know.
Me either. That's what I love. I mean, I love it.
Yes.
I have some catching up to do. My life was like,
yes, me too.
Yeah, I'm excited. I
could do some catching up. That's for sure.
You know what?
It'll be a good spring cleaning weekend, maybe.
Exactly. I got to do taxes. I've been saying it over and over again. It's got to happen. So I'll let everybody get back to their lives. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday. Have a fantastic weekend.
Okay. See you, Sizz.
See ya.
Take it easy, everybody. Trying to play our song.
I can't believe you said there was that many people live. That's so wonderful. I'm glad I can't see it. It might make me nervous.
There are quite a few tuning in.
I feel bad. I kind of didn't stick on one subject today. I just couldn't. I meant to ask you to interview me. That's what we should do next week.
Me interview you?
Yeah.
We can certainly do that.
Let's do that. And I don't want to know what you're going to ask. That way I'll just be like...
Well, week 2 of the CrossFit Open.
Well, I might have a guest next week, but we'll have that soon.
Yeah.
Cheers.